Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports from the Couch, where we talk about sports and the Toronto Raptors. It's been a while. The Raptors are now 6-5, so let's jump into the first game. The Raptors went into San Antonio to face against the San Antonio Spurs,
Oh,
and they blew them out 143 to 100.
yes, that was a blowout. But you have to give it to the Raptors. That was dominance of defense from beginning to end. It was pretty much 16 steals for the Raptors that night. 16. Wow. And Anunoby came through with five of them. He had an amazing outing that time, 18, 6, and 3. And that was a very good defensive game for him.
It was a good game, and they're making all the shots
Yeah.
everywhere. Delano Banton, he was 3 for 3 from three. Malachi Flynn, he was
Yeah.
2 for 2. And Otto Porter made his debut as well.
Yeah, and he went 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
That was a good game for him. I believe he had about 5 points or 6 points
Yeah.
a game. So that was a very good start for him.
It was a decent debut.
It
It
was.
was a
It
decent
was.
debut. And he showed some high IQ plays throughout the game as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Good future for him as a Raptor.
I can see that.
Now, on to the second game. It's the Raptors against the Mavericks here. The Mavericks won a close one, 111 to 110 against Raptors.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a very good game, close game until our MVP Pascal Siakam left with his injury. He left though with on a high note, 18, 7, and 6. That was very good. But after that, everyone else stepped up, right?
Yeah, everyone else stepped up, including Scotty Barnes. Scotty really came up big. He was basically the point guard.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet was out before the game. He was ruled out, and Scotty really stepped up that game.
He did. He asked for the ball. He commanded the ball. He tried to be aggressive, tried to step up. This young kid, he has a bright future. I think he's a second coming of a type of Michael Johnson here, Magic Johnson. So let's see. He can really. We can see he's a star in this league here. And ultimately, Luka was Doncic was Doncic. He had 35 points. That's why Siakam was around. Maybe the extra 5-6 points that he would have contributed, we could have probably snuck out with a win there.
Yeah, that was tough, but the Raptors came back home to Toronto, and they got a win against the Bulls here, 113 to 104.
Yeah, that was a very good game, especially by Fred VanVleet. After missing 3 games, coming back with 30 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 of 13 from threes. That was a statement game from him. He needed to come back after that 1 point outing he had against Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was really good. And so was OG too. OG came up big. He had 22 points, and he had 3 steals that game.
He had 3 steals. This man is leading the league in steals. 3.1 steals per game. Keep it up, OG. Way to go. And talking about our bright spot, Koloko.
Christian Koloko.
Yeah.
He had his first double-digit game. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yeah.
He's looking like he's gonna be good.
He's fitting in, and looking at him, I think he's a second coming of Serge Ibaka. His demeanor, his play, I think he's a young looking Serge Ibaka. But way to go, Koloko. Keep it up.
We can't forget that fight in the Miami Heat
No,
game.
we still can't forget. He kept his composure. So young man, keep it up.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun game, and now the second of a back-to-back against the Bulls. It was in Chicago, but they lost 111 to 97.
Yeah, that wasn't a good outing for the Raptors. Their shots weren't really going in. The bright spot for them that night again was Fred VanVleet. He stepped up 27, 3 and 4, 6 of 10 from threes. He showed that he can step up when he needs back-to-back games with those points. But they are missing Siakam. That little presence there.
Yeah, his presence definitely was felt. Some shots weren't going in. Like when you felt the Raptors needed a bucket, they wouldn't get a bucket. And normally, if we had Siakam, he for sure would get a bucket.
He would take over for that.
Yeah,
so
he would be able to do that.
and now that's the thing with the Raptors. Now they're 0-3 on back-to-backs. Hopefully, this is not an ongoing situation because you can see that the teams are really switching up their schemes and figuring out the Raptors. So let's hope that's not a trend. But other than that, the last 4 games were, they came out 2-2.
Yeah, it was. They came out 500 out of those past 2 games, and there were some promising good games
Yes,
out of lots
definitely,
of the guys.
definitely.
Yeah.
And going into tonight, we're facing a young Houston team tonight. Toronto is favored by 10. Houston's 2-6. We're 6-5. What do you see today?
It should be a good game for the Raptors. It should be another one like the Spurs game. They're a young, promising team, but it should be a blowout here.
It should be, because the teams that they did face, they were going to be playoff bound by such as Memphis, the Bucks, and the Suns. They all beat them at least by double digits, so it's not a reason why the Raptors can't do that. Um, Now for tonight, I think the two players in my opinion are gonna have a breakout game. I think Barnes is gonna step it up, and I give Achua. I think Achua is gonna have a huge game tonight against this lineup.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Scotty should go into that same role of being a point guard again against a young team with their defensive schemes. They may make some mistakes, so he should definitely
We
find.
should capitalize with that.
Yeah, he should have some good games. How about your picks?
Tonight we'll go with Memphis and Denver, and I don't only have 2 picks. I'll give a third one tonight. I'll take the Magic to cover.
Okay, nice. And since we're talking basketball, let's move on. The FIFA World Cup is going to be coming up soon, so you should watch out for that. We'll give our preview and picks for that.
Yeah.
You should watch out for that.